Hi guys, welcome back. Norwegian Lockpicker here. I'm gonna do a follow-up video on this K1 locks that whipped me. I started thinking that, I'm just kind of being repetitive, kind of doing the same thing, not trying new things when I get stuck on a lock like this. So one thing I didn't observe is that this lock is it operates pretty smooth, almost like there's just a lot of grease gunk in there. I mean, it's kind of tacky but smooth at the same time. I don't know, kind of hard to explain, but I'm thinking that's maybe, people have been spraying lubricants and stuff in this thing, so it's probably got all kinds of gunk built up on the pins, and that's maybe why I'm not getting a whole lot of feel on this thing. So um see if I got anything out of this here. I'm gonna try some Hornady one shot cleaner and lube. This can's pretty close to empty here. I don't know if there's anything left in it. Nope, that one's empty. All right, so then I'm gonna go on to this here stuff. Powder Blast gun cleaner. So this stuff works really good. It's kind of a citrusy cleaner, but it's one of those sprays that's designed to take away nitro and powder residue and things along those lines. Gunk buildup from your lead and whatever is in your gun without necessarily having to tear it apart and clean it. So give it a little shot of that and try and work it into the pins here a little bit. Okay, and then now if I were, didn't have the key, I wouldn't be able to stick the key in there and turn around. But otherwise, with the key, this thing's gummed up. What I would do is, if it were my own lock, I would stick it in there and give it a few squirts and work it around a little bit and just see what kind of worked its way out. But I'm going to treat this like I'm trying to pick this thing in the wild and just give it a few shots, work the pins in with my pick, or work the lube in with my pick, and then see if that makes any kind of a difference. All right, back to maybe I should make a little mark or fix my mark. That lube took the mark right off. Okay, and I'm still using my 50 thousandths top of the keyway pry bar from Sparrows, and as always start out with my Tron. And I was getting my butt kick going clockwise, so I'm going to try going counterclockwise here and see what I get. Okay, let's see. I think this one's it's been a few days. I had to work over the weekend, so I didn't have a chance to do much with picking or videos or anything. I had pre-recorded the last videos and just kind of posted them over the weekend. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is a 6-pin lock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not very good at counting pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty certain there's 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so counterclockwise, I'm going to go a little heavier tension. Watched AJ blast through some of my locks, and he uses really heavy tension. And maybe that's part of my problem, is I'm stuck on this rut of just using the lightest tension possible, where every now and again you encounter a lock that just requires heavy tension and you got to bully those pins. I'm going to give that a little bit of a try here. See, I think I'm on pin 5, and it's crunchy, and click out of it. Pin 6 feels springy. 4 feels bound up. Doesn't want to go anywhere. Let's see here, pin 3 is moving and then binds up and not giving me a lot. 2, not much. 3, 1 feels like it's already kind of stuck up there. I'm just kind of working my way back and forth on the pins here, trying to figure out what's holding me here. Let's see if I can go enough of this warding here. I gotta click out a 4 or 5, click out a 3. I hear stuff dropping in there a little bit as I'm going too, even with the heavy pressure as I push on other pins. 2 is bound up. Let off my tension a little bit. Not a lot. And I'm just slipping off the warding here. I'm not getting clicks on the pins. 1 is kind of doing the same thing. Hate putting that kind of tension on my picks. I always feel like I'm going to break my damn pick. There's a click out of 4 again. There's a little bit of movement on a click on 5 or 6. That was 5. There's a click out of 6. Or, well, I think that's the back of the lock. I'm jagging on something. Alright, 4, 3 feels like it's almost set. A little bit of counter rotation here. Feels like I'm coming off a 2. 3, nothing going on. Let's see, pin 1. I'm going to try something with a little more reach here. This is the Lunatic by Sparrows. Pin 2, big click. And pin 1 feels springy. 3 feels, felt something there. 3 or 4. Those felt like counter rotation. But I'm getting nothing off of it now. 5, not much. 6, yeah, those pins almost feel set. Alright, I'm going to try this. I think this is a high reach, a monstrum variety. I felt it. Counter rotation. 6 or 5. And as soon as I clicked it, I felt a little bit of give on the core. There, I got big crunchy move on 3, I think it was. And a little movement on the core. 2, nothing. 1, ooh, pushing on my tension bar. Trying to get at pin 1 here, and I don't feel much going on there. Okay, so I got a little more of a false set here, so it kind of tells me that I think I'm going in the right direction. I forgot to zoom in for you. There's a big click out of 4 or 5, but nothing happened out of it. I think I'm clicking on the warding actually. just giving some heavy pushing on stuff here, and I'm not feeling much of anything. I'm gonna try to switch this up. Okay, I'm gonna go in here with this Z bar. Drop that and go to my Z bar here, so I've got a little more to lever off of. I don't usually use bottom of the keyway tension, but okay, there we go. I touched like it was pin 4. And that's the other thing, you know, I get stuck on. I love top of the keyway tension. I seem to get better feedback. This here Z bar, this came in one of my cheaper sets that I bought off of Amazon, and it's an awesome tension wrench. And a lot of times I forget about it, but there we go. K1. Totally throw the lock on the floor. Okay, hang on. Alright, I'm back. I moved my vise out of the way. Getting ready for you here. I'm trying to work on the fact that I am constantly making half-hour videos. I'd like to shorten that up, so I'm going to try and do that a little bit with some more pausing. And again, I'm going to pause and find this flat screwdriver. Alright, I'm back. I found this, picked this up at that construction store. Construction Overstock or construction something along those lines. And it's just a neat little, it's kind of cheap, but kind of a handy little tool. It's got a small flat and a small Phillips on one side, and a small, or a little bigger flat and Phillips on the other side. One of those things you can carry around in your pocket. I wouldn't want to use this on, I gotta lock the lock back up. Wouldn't want to use this on something that's really heavy set that you're having to put a lot of tension on, but works good for this kind of little stuff. Yeah, this stuff is all really gummy in here. Okay. Shim, shim, shim. It's a really tight lock. There's not a lot of slop in the core here. That's probably what makes it a good challenge lock. Very tight tolerances. Let's see, this looks like the right one. Follower. Make sure I got my key turned the right way. And away we go. Alright. Okay. Ooh, look at all that nastiness in there. Okay, pin 1, so you can see there, okay. Pin 1 looks like standard, 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 and standard. Okay, so all the key pins are standard. Check that out. So let's see what we got here. Okay, we have threading on 1, 2, 4, 5, and undercutting on 3 and 6. Beautiful work, K1. Okay, set the core down. I'm going to start by pulling out the pins in the back here. My Sparrow's pinning tweezer. Okay, pin 6. Ooh. It's got a tiny little... Two tiny little... These look like the little balls off of a chain link keychain type of thing. Let's see if I have one laying here to demonstrate what they are, but that's what it looks like to me. Okay, the spring. Pin 5 is an interesting little pointed T-pin type with a wafer on the back side of it. See if I can get the spring on here. Pointy tweezers. Kind of a heavy duty type brass spring. Okay. And 3. Two. Alright. Sorry guys for the disruption. I had to pause the video there. Okay, so I've got 6, 5, 4, and pin 3. Okay, and I'll flip to the other side. And I'll just look at the gunk and grease that's coming out of there. I'll probably clean this baby up a little bit here. There's a lot of gummy residue left over from, I would guess, people spraying all kinds of fun stuff. Oop, I switched these pins around here. WD-40 and whatnot. Okay, spring from 1. Come off there. See if I can get that spring on it too, so I can see what we got. Similar spring. Some of these other springs are kind of hung up in here. Now let's just see if they'll come out. Yeah, it's all the gunk that's in there that's just gum and everything in there. Saw one of them peeking, but didn't come back. One pop out. It's a short little spring out of 3 or 4. And there I can kind of see it peeking out of 4 there, but I don't know if I can get that out of there. I'll try my little dental pick here. See if I can snag it and drag it. This feels like there's something else left up in there too. Follower's trying to run away. Yeah, it's up in 4 there. There's a spring way up in there, but he doesn't want to come out. It almost feels like there might be one of those little chain balls left up in there. He just doesn't want to come out. Whatever it is. Definitely. There we go. I'm peeking. And I pushed him back in there, I think. There we go. Got him. Hooked him. And it came out and went somewhere. Boy, that was a crafty little bugger. There it is. Okay, that was pin 4. So that's it. Alright, let's see if we can see inside of the core here, see if he did any kind of mods there. Doesn't look like he did. Or, sorry, the Bible. Oops, missing the camera. Looks like it's pretty much all stock in there. Probably getting the wrong glare there. You can see the wear on the edges of the core from whatever pin was in there pushing around. So, well, that's it, guys. K1. Very good challenge lock. Whipped me the first time around, got him the second time. So, give you a good close up here of the pins. Hang on. Take you guys for a ride. All right. Let's see, we've got, I'm going to try and do this without shaking around too much. 1, this one's kind of tilted a little bit. 2, pin 3, very nicely made spool and serrations. That little guy, and there's those 2 little ball bearings that he had stacked in there. So, yeah, okay. Back it up just a little bit. Very nice job, K1. Appreciate your challenge lock and had a good time picking it. Gave me a good challenge. So, thanks, guys. Stay legal. Don't forget, if you don't respect the keyhole, don't put your pick in it.